Do you know what makes a person most terrifying? It's not money, status, or muscle. It's discipline. A level of discipline so extreme that those around you shake their heads and call you crazy. When you reach that state, you become completely unrecognizable from your former mediocre self. The legendary Japanese swordsman and philosopher Miyamoto Musashi is the greatest testament to this. Undefeated throughout his life in over 60 duels to the death, he left behind an ultimate system for training the mind and body called the Book of Five Rings. Welcome back to Time Teachers, where time is about to teach you the most valuable lessons in personal development. In today's content, Time Teachers will break down Musashi's 5 philosophical rings, transforming them into an ironclad system of discipline to help you shed your lazy, procrastination-addicted skin and become a true warrior. Make sure you listen until the very last second, because the 5th ring is the ultimate secret that determines whether you will quit halfway or persevere forever. The journey of discipline does not begin with glamorous promises. It starts with the brutal truth. Musashi wrote, "The warrior's is the twofold way of pen and sword, and he should practice both ways diligently." But most of us today live in an illusion of our own making. Just look at the story of Gohan. He always wakes up feeling tired, reaches for his phone to check emails in bed, and tells himself, "I'm starting the day productively." He gets to the office, opens 15 tabs and bounces from one task to another. Lunch break is spent wasting 90 minutes on YouTube. The afternoon is more of the same, scrolling through social media. By the time he returns home at 7 p.m., he is exhausted and thinks he had an incredibly busy day. But when Gohan decides to track his time down to the exact minute for 1 week, the ugly truth is revealed. 6 hours a day wasted on his phone, only 2 hours of actual focused work, and the rest is just fake busyness. The lesson here is that you don't lack time, you lack focus. You are not a productivity machine fighting against time. You are just a distraction addict lying to yourself. You cannot use hype or motivation to escape this delusion. You need the raw honesty of the earth ring first. Water can fluidly adapt to the shape of any container, yet it can also wear down the hardest rocks. When faced with our own weaknesses, the most common mistake is setting up a perfect, military-style schedule to force an immediate change. After seeing the truth about his 6 wasted hours, Gohan immediately scheduled: wake up at 4 a.m., take cold showers, work out for 2 hours, meditate, read, and do 8 hours of deep work. The result? On day 1, he crashed by 6 a.m. and quit everything by noon. In his first 20 duels, Musashi never used the same weapon twice. He learned to flow with reality, rather than forcing reality to bend to his will. So Gohan changed his tactics. Instead of waking up at 4 a.m., he only woke up 30 minutes earlier. Instead of a 2-hour workout, he did just 10 push-ups. Instead of 8 hours of work, he focused intensely for exactly 25 minutes and then took a break. From this, we see that discipline is not about heroic, sporadic bursts of effort that quickly burn out. Discipline is consistency. When you encounter a massive obstacle, flow around it instead of smashing into it and breaking apart. Small, consistent daily pressure will always defeat extreme, unsustainable attempts. The nature of fire is either to consume or to forge. Once you start making a little progress, a new enemy appears: comparison and jealousy. By week 4, Gohan was making noticeable progress. But then he saw younger people on social media closing million-dollar deals, and guys at the gym bench pressing twice his weight. Anger and self-doubt rushed in. Empathetic, what's the point of all this effort? He started skipping workouts, and the spiral of procrastination returned. Musashi wrote in the Dokudo, "Do not be jealous of others, good or evil. Not for moral reasons, but because jealousy is a waste of precious fuel." Gohan shifted his perspective. Instead of telling himself empathetic, he aimed that anger at his own mediocrity, declaring, "I refuse to stay mediocre." Negative emotions like anger or frustration are actually massive sources of energy. If you aim them at yourself, you self-destruct. But if you aim them at your goals, using them to destroy your weaknesses, you evolve. The wind ring represents studying other schools to keep yourself pure and humble. Achieving discipline is hard, but maintaining it when you start tasting success is 10 times harder. After 3 months, Gohan was a completely different person. He woke up at 4:30 a.m. without an alarm, did 100 push-ups easily, and completed 4 hours of deep work daily. His friends looked at him like a monster. And then a whisper crept in. "You've made it. You're disciplined now. Ease up a bit." Gohan stopped tracking his time and skipped his evening planning. 1 missed workout turned into 3. 4-hour work sessions dropped to 2. Within just 2 weeks, he lost 50% of his gains. Musashi, after winning over 60 duels and reaching the age of 50, still wrote, "I have not yet reached the way." The greatest enemy during the stage of advancement is none other than the self-satisfied version of you that thinks you have arrived. The beginner's challenge is to start. The intermediate's challenge is consistency. But the advanced challenge is not believing you are advanced. Finally, there is the void ring. This is the ultimate ring that most people never reach. They quit because they carry a flawed mindset about discipline. 6 months in, Gohan hit a brutal existential wall. He realized a truth that made him sick. This never gets easier. He would have to wake up early forever, fight laziness forever, and track himself forever. Exhausted, he asked, "When does this battle end?" The answer from the void ring is never. Discipline is not a bridge you cross so you can coast on autopilot later. Things don't get easier, you just get stronger. When you accept the reality that the war against mediocrity is a lifelong journey, it stops feeling exhausting. Discipline is no longer something you have to do. It becomes who you are, as natural as breathing. To ensure that Miyamoto Musashi's philosophy doesn't just remain abstract theory, Time Teachers provides you with a 4-step action plan to implement starting today. Step 1. The Brutal Time Journal. Starting tomorrow, keep a small notebook or open a notes app on your phone. Every hour, write down exactly what you did. For example, 8:30. Scrolled TikTok, 8:39. Worked on the report. Do this continuously for 3 days. You will be shocked by the truth of how much time you are throwing out the window. Step 2. The Start Ridiculously Small Tactic. Don't try to change 180 degrees overnight. If you want to read, commit to exactly 2 pages a day. If you want to exercise, commit to 5 push-ups. Trick your brain with goals so small that they are impossible to fail, building your momentum through easy wins. Step 3. The Evening Transformation Ritual. Every night before bed, write down 3 specific things you were unhappy with about yourself today. Then, immediately convert them into an action order for tomorrow. For example, today I ate fast food becomes tomorrow's lunch must include greens and be prepped in the morning. Step 4. Find an arrogance filter. Every month, read the biography of a great historical figure or find someone who is 10 times better than you in your field to observe or talk to. Let their greatness crush your newly forming ego, keeping you forever in the position of a student eager to learn. My friend, the journey to ultimate discipline is not a casual stroll. It is a silent, internal war that lasts forever. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. The choice is yours. Become a warrior in control of your life, or remain a slave to short-term pleasures. If you feel that the lessons from Miyamoto Musashi's philosophy spoke to you today, please help. Time Teachers spread this message by clicking the subscribe button and hitting the notification bell. Every single subscription is not just immense support for our team, but a rock-solid commitment to yourself. From this day on, I choose the path of a warrior. Leave a comment below about the very first step you will take today. Thank you for spending your valuable time with Time Teachers. Stay strong and resilient on your path, and see you in the next invaluable lesson.